Standing in the middle of the school cafeteria with chocolate milk dripping down my new white shirt, the entire student body laughing at me, that's when I knew I had hit rock bottom. But what they didn't know was that this moment would change everything. If you've ever been bullied or made to feel small, hit that subscribe button and share your story in the comments below. You're not alone. My name is Alex. I'm 16, and I attend Northridge High in a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. I've always been the quiet, artsy type, more comfortable with a sketchbook than with people. My dad works in IT, my mom's a nurse, and we live in a modest 2-story house with a backyard where I sometimes draw to escape. Northridge is your typical American high school football Fridays. Homecoming dances and cafeteria food that tastes like cardboard. I mostly kept to myself, sitting alone at lunch, doodling in my notebooks. That is, until Jordan noticed me. Jordan was everything I wasn't: popular, confident, and captain of the soccer team. With perfectly styled hair and designer clothes, Jordan ruled the school's social hierarchy. I never understood why Jordan decided to make me their personal target, but that Tuesday in September changed my life forever. It started small at first. Jordan would accidentally bump into me in the hallway, sending my books flying. Then came the comments during art class, where I finally felt confident. "Nice drawing, Alex. Did your 5-year-old sister help you with that one?" Jordan snickered while their friends laughed. I tried to ignore it, focusing on my charcoal sketch of the school courtyard, but Jordan wasn't having it. "I'm talking to you, art freak. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?" I just shook my head, refusing to give them the satisfaction of a response. That was my first mistake. The bullying escalated quickly. Jordan started a Snapchat group called Alex's Art Fails, where they'd post pictures of my drawings with cruel captions. Soon, people I didn't even know were laughing at me in the hallways. "Hey, Alex, love your latest masterpiece!" someone shouted as I walked past, holding up their phone with a distorted picture of my work. It got worse when Jordan discovered my Instagram account where I posted my best artwork. The comments section became a nightmare. "Kill it with fire. My blind dog draws better than this. Give up already, you're embarrassing yourself." I deleted the app that night, but the damage was done. I started skipping art club, the one place where I felt I belonged. My grades suffered, and I spent most lunches hiding in the library bathroom stall. One day in November, Jordan approached me at my locker. I braced myself for another insult, but instead, they looked sincere. "Hey, Alex, can we talk?" Jordan asked, actually making eye contact for once. I nodded cautiously, clutching my sketchbook to my chest like armor. "Look, I've been a jerk. A huge jerk. I don't know why I started messing with you, but I want to make it right." Jordan sounded genuinely remorseful. "I'm having a party this weekend, and I'd like it if you came as my guest." I was stunned. Could this be real? After weeks of torment, Jordan was inviting me to a party? It seemed too good to be true, but the hope was intoxicating. "Really?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "Really. And hey, if you want, you could bring some of your art. I bet people would love to see it." I left school that day feeling lighter than I had in months. Maybe Jordan had changed. Maybe things were finally looking up. I spent the entire week preparing a special piece, something I was proud of, something that might finally make people see me differently. I was nervous but excited as I walked to Jordan's house that Saturday, portfolio in hand. I should have known it was too good to be true. I thought it was over. But I was wrong. If this hits home, subscribe. The comeback is epic. Jordan greeted me at the door with a smile, taking my portfolio. "Everyone's in the basement. Come on down. They're excited to see your work." My heart swelled as I followed Jordan down the stairs, but when I reached the bottom, I froze. The entire soccer team was there, along with the most popular kids in school. And in the center of the room was a projector, displaying my artwork, except it had all been horribly altered. Jordan grabbed the microphone they use for karaoke. "Welcome everyone to the first annual Alex's Art Roast. Let's see what our resident artist has been working on." Laughter erupted as Jordan clicked through the slides, each one more humiliating than the last. My self-portrait now had buck teeth and crossed eyes. My landscape painting had been turned into a meme with the caption, "When you try but fail." I stood there, frozen in horror as tears streamed down my face. Jordan hadn't changed at all. This was just another elaborate setup to humiliate me. "Speech! Speech!" someone shouted. Jordan handed me the microphone. "Go on, Alex. Tell us what inspires you." I dropped the mic and ran, leaving my portfolio behind as I fled the house. I didn't stop running until I reached home, where I collapsed in my room, finally letting out the sobs I'd been holding back for months. The next few weeks were a blur. I stopped going to school, pretending to be sick. My parents were worried, but I couldn't bring myself to tell them what happened. How could I explain that my entire school had laughed at me? That my art, my passion, had been turned into a joke? On the third day of my self-imposed exile, there was a knock on my bedroom door. It was Miss Rodriguez, my art teacher. "Alex, may I come in?" she asked softly. I nodded, pulling the covers over my head. "Jordan told me what happened at the party," she said, sitting on the edge of my bed. "And I want you to know that what they did was cruel and unacceptable." I peeked out from under the covers. "You know." "Everyone knows, Alex. Jordan's been bragging about it." "Miss..." Rodriguez's voice was gentle but firm. "I also know that Jordan took your portfolio. I've spoken with the principal, and Jordan will be facing consequences." I didn't care about consequences. I just wanted the humiliation to end. "But that's not why I'm here," Miss Rodriguez continued. "I'm here because the Columbus Youth Art Fair is accepting submissions next month, and I think you should enter." I laughed bitterly. "Why? So everyone can laugh at me there too?" "No," Miss Rodriguez said, her eyes meeting mine. "So you can show them what real art looks like. So you can take back your power." Her words stuck with me long after she left. That night, for the first time in weeks, I picked up my sketchbook. At first, I just doodled aimlessly, but soon I found myself drawing something new, something powerful. I decided to create a series called Becoming Visible Artworks that represented what it felt like to be invisible, then seen, then truly visible, on my own terms. I worked feverishly, channeling all my pain, anger, and humiliation into something beautiful. The day of the art fair, I was terrified. Miss Rodriguez had arranged for my series to be displayed prominently, and I knew that people from my school would be there, including Jordan. As I stood beside my artwork, watching people stop and really look at it, something amazing happened. They weren't laughing. They were moved. One piece, called Invisible, showed a figure fading into the background of a crowded school hallway. Another, Exposed, depicted a person standing naked in a spotlight while others pointed and laughed. But the final piece, Visible, showed the same figure standing tall, surrounded by light, with a crowd looking up in awe. A woman approached me, introducing herself as a curator from a local gallery. "Alex, this work is powerful, raw and honest. Would you be interested in showing it at our gallery next month?" I was speechless. This was really happening. Just then, I spotted Jordan across the room, staring at my artwork with a strange expression. Before I could react, Jordan approached me. "Alex, Jordan started, then stopped, looking genuinely uncomfortable. "I didn't know. I knew I was being a jerk, but I didn't realize how much it was hurting you. Your art. It's incredible." I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to scream, to tell Jordan to go to hell. But another part of me saw the sincerity in their eyes. "Thank you," I finally said. "But that doesn't excuse what you did." "I know," Jordan nodded. "And I'm sorry, really sorry. I've been called to the principal's office. I'm suspended from the soccer team, and I have to do community service. But more than that, I owe you an apology." Before I could respond, a crowd had gathered around my artwork. People from my school were there, but also strangers, real artists, gallery owners, art lovers. They were all looking at my work, really seeing it. That night, something unexpected happened. A photo of my visible piece was shared on Instagram by the art fair's official account. Within hours, it went viral. People were sharing my story, talking about bullying, and praising my art. When I returned to school on Monday, everything was different. People I didn't even know smiled at me in the hallways. A group of students from the art club, asked me to sit with them at lunch. Even some of Jordan's friends came up to apologize for laughing at me. The best part? The principal announced a new anti-bullying initiative at our school, inspired by my artwork. They even asked if they could use becoming visible as part of the campaign. Jordan kept their distance, but I noticed a change in them too. They stopped hanging out with the crowd that had encouraged the bullying and started volunteering at the community center as part of their community service. As for me, I found my voice. I started an art club for students who felt like outsiders, creating a space where everyone could express themselves without fear of judgment. My art was displayed at the local gallery, just as promised, and I even sold a few pieces. Looking back, I realized that Jordan didn't change because they wanted to, they changed because they had to. The real change happened in me. I stopped letting other people define my worth and found strength in my passion. Bullying can make you feel small and invisible, but you have the power to make yourself seen. Your voice matters, your story matters, and you are so much stronger than you think. If you're going through something similar, please know that it gets better. Find your passion, find your people, and never let anyone dim your light. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to The Everyone Story for more content about overcoming adversity. Share your own experiences in the comments below, and remember, karma has a way of coming back around.